Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right up to witness the greatest show on earth, and by greatest, I mean most catastrophic. Welcome to the human zoo, where the inmates are running the asylum, and the asylum happens to be our only habitable planet. Isn't that just peachy? Now, I know what you're thinking. John, surely you're exaggerating. We can't be that bad, right? Oh, my sweet summer child, if destroying the planet were an Olympic sport, we'd be taking home gold, silver, and bronze. We're like toddlers with flamethrowers. Except the toddlers have MBAs and the flamethrowers are multinational corporations. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of our species. We've managed to turn paradise into a parking lot, oceans into plastic soup, and the air into a toxic smoothie. And the best part, we're doing it all while patting ourselves on the back for inventing the selfie stick. Bravo, humanity, bravo. But wait, there's more. Not content with just ruining the planet, we've also perfected the art of ruining each other's lives. We've created a system so beautifully destructive that it makes a bull in a china shop look like a ballerina. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you capitalism on steroids. Capitalism. The economic system that promised us freedom and delivered us into the warm, comforting arms of corporate overlords. It's like a game of Monopoly, except the game never ends, and we're all the little metal shoe that keeps landing on boardwalk with a hotel. Now, don't get me wrong, capitalism isn't all bad. It's given us wonderful things like, yes, child labor, environmental destruction, and wealth inequality that would make Marie Antoinette blush. But hey, at least we have 37 different flavors of Oreos, right? That's definitely a fair trade-off for a habitable planet. But let's dive deeper into this cesspool of economic brilliance. Capitalism in its current form is like a voracious beast that's never satisfied. It demands constant growth, which is about as sustainable as a chocolate teapot in the Sahara. We're treating the Earth like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and folks, we're quickly running out of planet to consume. And the best part? We've convinced ourselves that this is normal, that it's okay to sacrifice our future for quarterly profits, that it's fine to turn our oceans into a plastic soup as long as it's convenient for us. We're like frogs in a pot of slowly boiling water, except we're the ones turning up the heat while congratulating ourselves on our cooking skills. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, taxes and wages, or as I like to call it, the Great Bamboozle. We've created a system so convoluted that it makes quantum physics look like child's play. And the best part, it's designed to keep us running on a hamster wheel until we drop dead or retire, whichever comes first. Picture this: you wake up, go to work, earn money, pay taxes, and then use what's left to buy things you don't need, made by companies that don't pay taxes. It's a beautiful cycle, isn't it? Like a merry-go-round of misery, except the music is the sound of your dreams slowly dying. But wait, there's more. We've also perfected the art of making people believe they're temporarily embarrassed millionaires. That's right, folks. We're all just one brilliant idea away from joining the 1%. It's like playing the lottery, except instead of buying a ticket, you're selling your soul to a corporation. And let's not forget the cherry on top of this financial sundae: wage stagnation. While the cost of living skyrockets faster than Jeff Bezos' rocket ship, wages have remained flatter than the earth, according to conspiracy theorists. It's a magical formula that ensures we stay just poor enough to need our jobs, but not so poor that we revolt. Isn't capitalism grand? Section 4. Corporate greed turning communities into cash cows. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm round of applause for the real heroes of our story corporations. These magnificent entities have mastered the art of turning communities into ATMs. And they do it with such style that you almost don't notice your wallet getting lighter. Picture a small town. Quaint, charming, probably has a diner where everyone knows your name. Enter Big Corp trademark. Suddenly that charming town is transformed into a hub of progress. Local businesses, who needs them? We've got a shiny new big box store that pays minimum wage and funnels profits to offshore accounts. It's like a magic trick, except instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, they're pulling the economic rug out from under an entire community. But wait, there's more. These corporate heroes don't stop at just destroying local economies. No, they're multitaskers. They also excel at polluting the environment, lobbying for laws that benefit them at the expense of everyone else, and finding creative ways to avoid paying taxes. It's like they're playing a game of how to be the worst neighbor ever and winning by a landslide. And let's not forget their crowning achievement, convincing us that they're the good guys. They slap some green paint on their logo, make vague promises about sustainability, and suddenly they're environmental champions. Never mind the fact that they're dumping toxic waste in rivers or clear-cutting forests. They planted a tree once, so clearly they care about the planet. It's greenwashing at its finest, folks, like trying to clean an oil spill with a feather duster. Section 5, the few, the proud, the filthy rich. Now let's talk about the real winners in this cosmic joke we call modern society, the uber-wealthy. These rare specimens have mastered the art of accumulating more money than they could spend in 1,000 lifetimes, all while convincing the rest of us that it's totally normal and definitely not a sign of a broken system. Picture, if you will, a world where a handful of individuals have more wealth than the bottom 50% of the global population combined. Oh wait, you don't have to imagine it, that's our reality. It's like a game of Monopoly where a few players start with hotels on every property and the rest of us are just trying not to land on boardwalk. But here's the kicker, these modern-day dragons sitting on their hoards of wealth have convinced a significant portion of the population that this is fine. That's right, folks, we've reached a point where people living paycheck to paycheck will passionately defend the right of billionaires to have more money than some countries' GDPs. It's Stockholm Syndrome on a global scale. And let's not forget the brilliant narrative they've spun that they're job creators and innovators who deserve every penny. Never mind that their wealth often comes from exploiting workers, avoiding taxes and destroying the environment. No. They're clearly just working 10,000 times harder than the average person. It's simple math, really. If you're not a billionaire, you're just not pulling those bootstraps hard enough. Section 6, wake up and smell the burning planet. So here we are, folks, standing on the precipice of environmental and societal collapse, armed with nothing but our smartphones and a vague sense of impending doom. What do we do now? Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that we're royally screwed if we continue on this path. Our planet is heating up faster than a microwave burrito. Wealth inequality is skyrocketing, and we're still arguing about whether climate change is real while half the world is on fire. It's like we're on the Titanic. The iceberg is in clear view, and we're debating whether to rearrange the deck chairs or start a conga line. The good news, well, there isn't much, but here's a silver lining. We're the ones who created this mess, which means we have the power to fix it. We can demand better from our leaders, support businesses that prioritize people and the planet over profits, and maybe, just maybe, consider that our current system isn't the be-all and end-all of human civilization. But here's the catch. It's going to take all of us. Not just the activists, not just the scientists, not just the people who bring their own bags to the grocery store. All of us. We need to wake up, smell the burning planet, and decide that we're not going to stand for it anymore. We need to be louder than the corporations, more persistent than the lobbyists, and more determined than the billionaires clinging to their dragon hordes.